Mindfulness practices have deep roots in Judaism, although they may not always be explicitly labeled as such. Here are some ways in which mindfulness is incorporated into Jewish traditions and teachings. Tefillah, prayer. Jews engage in regular prayer throughout the day, with specific prayers designated for morning, afternoon, and evening. The most significant prayers include the Shema, which affirms the oneness of God, and the Amidah, a standing prayer consisting of various blessings. During prayer, individuals focus their thoughts and intentions on connecting with God, expressing gratitude, seeking guidance, and reflecting on their actions. By concentrating on the words and meanings of the prayers, practitioners cultivate mindfulness and awareness of the divine presence in their lives. Hitbodedut, isolation or seclusion. Hitbodedut is a form of solitary prayer and meditation practiced in Jewish mysticism, particularly within Hasidic tradition. It involves finding a secluded place, often in nature, to engage in personal dialogue with God. Through Hitbodedut, individuals seek to deepen their spiritual connection, express their innermost thoughts and feelings, and cultivate mindfulness by being fully present in the moment and attentive to the divine presence. Shabbat, Sabbath. Shabbat, the Jewish day of rest, begins at sunset on Friday and ends at nightfall on Saturday. It is a time dedicated to rest, reflection, and spiritual rejuvenation, free from work and worldly concerns. By refraining from work and engaging in restful activities such as prayer, study, spending time with family, and enjoying meals, individuals cultivate mindfulness and presence in the moment, focusing on spiritual and interpersonal connections rather than material pursuits. Musar, ethical teachings. Musar is a Jewish ethical and spiritual movement focused on character development and moral refinement. It involves studying and applying teachings and practices aimed at cultivating virtues such as humility, gratitude, compassion, and patience. Practicing Musar requires self-reflection, introspection, and mindfulness of one's thoughts, emotions, and actions. By examining their behavior and attitudes through a moral lens, individuals cultivate greater awareness and intentionality in their ethical conduct. Meditative practices. Jews engage in meditative practices such as chanting psalms, repetitive recitation of prayers, e.g., the Shema, and focusing on specific Hebrew words or phrases to deepen their spiritual connection and cultivate mindfulness. Some Jewish meditation practices involve focusing on the breath as a means of centering oneself, calming the mind, and attuning to the present moment. Gratitude. Jews recite blessings before and after various everyday activities and experiences, such as eating, drinking, and performing mitzvot, commandments. These blessings express gratitude to God for the abundance and blessings in one's life. By reciting blessings, individuals cultivate mindfulness and awareness of the divine presence in their lives, acknowledging the sacredness of everyday moments and expressing gratitude for God's providence. Mindful eating. Jews recite blessings before and after meals, expressing gratitude to God for providing sustenance and nourishment. Observance of kashrut, or Jewish dietary laws, involves mindfulness and intentionality in food choices and consumption. Through mindful eating practices, individuals cultivate awareness of the interconnectedness of body, mind, and spirit, recognizing the sacredness of the act of eating and expressing gratitude for the gifts of sustenance provided by God. Study of Torah. Jews engage in the study of Torah, including the 5 books of Moses, Pentateuch, as well as other sacred texts such as the Talmud, Midrash, and commentaries. Studying Torah requires deep concentration, focus, and intellectual engagement. By immersing themselves in sacred texts and grappling with their meanings, practitioners cultivate mindfulness and awareness of the divine wisdom contained within the tradition. Many of the mindfulness practices and rituals within Judaism share common principles and objectives with modern mindfulness practices. While they may differ in cultural and religious context, they often overlap in their emphasis on present-moment awareness, introspection, and cultivating a sense of connection and gratitude. Here's how they relate to modern mindfulness. Present-moment awareness. Both Jewish mindfulness practices and modern mindfulness emphasize the importance of being fully present in the moment. Whether through prayer, meditation, or daily rituals, individuals are encouraged to cultivate awareness of their thoughts, feelings, and surroundings. Introspection and self-reflection. Practices such as Hitbodedut, Musar, and studying Torah involve introspection and self-reflection, which are central components of modern mindfulness. By examining their thoughts, emotions, and behaviors, individuals gain insight into their inner experiences and patterns of thought. Gratitude and appreciation. Expressing gratitude is a common theme in both Jewish mindfulness practices and modern mindfulness. Whether through reciting blessings, observing Shabbat, or practicing gratitude meditation, individuals learn to appreciate the abundance and blessings in their lives. Connection and community. While mindfulness often emphasizes individual practice, both Jewish mindfulness practices and modern mindfulness recognize the importance of connection and community. Whether through communal prayer, study groups, or mindfulness retreats, individuals come together to support each other on their spiritual journeys. Ethical conduct and compassion. Practices such as Musar emphasize ethical conduct and the cultivation of virtues such as compassion, kindness, and empathy. Similarly, modern mindfulness encourages compassion towards oneself and others, fostering a sense of interconnectedness and empathy. Mindful eating. Both Jewish mindfulness practices and modern mindfulness recognize the importance of mindful eating. Whether through reciting blessings before meals, observing dietary laws, or practicing mindful eating techniques, individuals learn to savor and appreciate their food in a mindful way. Mindful study and learning. Engaging in the study of Torah and sacred texts requires deep concentration and focus, similar to the intellectual engagement fostered by modern mindfulness practices, such as mindful reading or studying. Both traditions encourage a contemplative approach to learning, fostering curiosity and open-mindedness. While there may be differences in terminology, cultural context, and religious significance, the underlying principles of mindfulness, such as present moment awareness, introspection, gratitude, and ethical conduct, are shared across both Jewish mindfulness practices and modern mindfulness approaches. Both offer valuable tools and practices for cultivating inner peace, spiritual growth, and well-being.